Hey guys, and welcome to day 11. Today, I'm not going to be doing a ton of calls because it's a Sunday, and I typically don't do calls on Sunday. I really feel like doing calls, but I'm not going to because, again, Sundays are days where I kind of let people just relax. I don't call anyone. I guess it's also a break to me, but honestly, like, I really want to call, but it's just, I don't feel like it's the best thing. I haven't had the best experience calling on Sundays. So, with that being said, today I'm just really focusing on sales training. This morning I watched like about 2 hours of like sales training, just watching like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jeremy Miner, but he's the guy that I learn a lot of my sales from. He's very good. And honestly, like, the reason I agree with a lot of the stuff that he does is because it makes sense to me. And I resonate more with that style rather than, the more like pushy, salesy way of doing things. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And then after, I'm actually gonna hit the gym and then do a lot of like, I probably will go for a run today. Yeah, and then also just DMing some people for the podcast. Yesterday I did a few, but I'm just gonna DM some people, see if we can get some people on the podcast. And then also just gonna work on, again, really focus on sales training, but also I want to look and see if I can reach out to some people for the business through other means like Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be. Like, I feel like there's other ways to reach people. And so yeah, I'll let you guys go and I'll get back to work. Hey guys, what's up? So today I really didn't get a lot of footage. So I really want to get, I guess I'll use today to talk about a couple things that, you know, kind of wanted to get off my chest, kind of wanted to talk about just in terms of like progression of the series and where we're kind of taking this, right? Obviously with the series, the goal is to hit 10K per month recurring. And, I know, at the end of every video, I kind of do a little reflection on how I feel like I'm going in terms of like direction towards that goal. But I do feel like I am on track. And I know it's crazy to say, knowing that I've only made like $200 actually. But I think I can reach the goals that I'm, looking to hit. And honestly, it's just a matter of consistency, right? Like with YouTube, with calling, with everything, like there's this sort of compounding effect that goes on when you are consistent, right? Like as I was saying, like with calling, it's like building out that lead base. With YouTube, it's like you have all these videos and they're compounding on each other. You're constantly getting views, right? So I feel like we're in a good place with the series. I feel like we can grow and we can reach those goals, right? Just to give you guys like a little bit of a summary of what I did today, since again I didn't really get that much footage. I'm sure you guys saw like the intro clip and maybe a few things that I recorded throughout the day, but very little. Just because today it was a Sunday, so on Sundays I typically don't do that much calling, right? Because calling, I don't call on Sundays. I know, people, I mean, I mentioned it earlier in that clip, right? I don't want to talk about it again, but again, I don't call on Sundays. So what I was focusing on was outreach for podcasts. I did that, reached out to some people that, maybe like around 1,000 followers, people who I see their content, I'm like, man, these guys are doing cool stuff. Let me reach out to them, right? And I do that a lot. And it's just the easiest way, right? Like to make connections in the industry and even without like outside of the industry. I reach out to a lot of real estate people. I reach out to a lot of, in terms of like investors, wholesalers, Amazon FBA, all kinds of stuff like that. And honestly, I just want to hear your story, man. Like I just want to hear, what people are doing, and that's kind of what the goal is with the podcast, right? So I did a lot of that. Second thing is I did sales training. I mean, this morning I probably watched like 3 hours of sales content and then reading a book. Just a bunch of stuff that I'm doing. I can get you guys like a little bit of like some of the stuff that I've been reading, but for the most part, you guys will be able to see them throughout the videos. Then also today, and then I obviously hit the gym. And I did have a friend come over from Minnesota. So I was hanging out with him and a group of friends for the majority of the day today, and kind of just enjoying, a Sunday, right? Like taking my time, being able to enjoy a Sunday for what it is, right? And then go, so tomorrow I can wake up early and get started and get going, right? So one thing that I haven't told this channel about, which I kind of want to mention, is that in July, I'm going to be taking a trip and I'm going to be doing the Camino de Santiago across Spain. Not the whole thing, but just a little section of it. And I'm not going to be putting out a ton of like obviously this series will be postponed until after that. But I'm still gonna be putting out content because is one thing that I haven't really been showing too much in these videos, but I've been recording a lot of content in terms of like sales content, stuff that I can post during that period. So you guys will still be getting content while I'm not here, right? Which is one of the great things about having that. Also, I'm gonna be planning to get a bunch of people on like podcasts for that time period. So again, we're having like sales content, just content of like this, like me talking to people, me interacting with you guys as an audience, right? Because at the end of the day, like this is what's most valuable, right? Having a more of a heart-to-heart conversation and being able to, speak with me and kind of give you my thoughts on the situation with what is going on, right? So with that being said, I am focusing on doing more sales content, more of kind of like showing you guys like cold calling, like all the stuff that I do to get to where I am right now, which again isn't anywhere crazy, but it will be, right? Like I know I will hit that goal eventually. So last thing for this video is I kind of want to talk about, other things I did. I edited a podcast, so I knocked that out. But yeah, last thing for this video, I just kind of want to close it out and kind of let you guys know what the plan is for this week. Just doing a ton of calls. Again, my friend's gonna be here all week, so I will be hanging out with him a good amount of time. But again, I really want to focus on getting as many calls as possible, closing the leads that I have, following up with all the leads that I have. Again, tomorrow's going to be a Monday, so tomorrow's going to be a big day for follow-ups, just hitting up all these people on this list. Because again, just because someone doesn't pick up the phone doesn't mean that they don't want your product or service, right? And I think the stat is like 80% of sales come from like 5 follow-ups or more, right? So it's like at that point, you just gotta keep it up, keep following, keep following, keep following, keep following until you build out this crazy list where at the end of the day, you're just doing follow-ups, right? So with that being said, I dropped that. So with that being said, I'm gonna kind of close out this video today. And then I will see you guys